Hey, this is René, welcome back to another video on this channel, and today I want to talk about Renko charts. Renko charts, or I think you can also call them range charts, are not like the typical chart based on times, but they are more based on the actual price movement. So they are the most basic price action charts that you can imagine. For example, we can have a look at this USD Japanese yen chart first, and then we will have a look at the Renko chart of this actual USD Japanese yen chart. So you can see here, this chart, this is just a normal chart, like you know it already. And I might be telling you something you already know, of course, but in a 1 minute chart, every single minute that passes, it has one bar. So when a new minute starts, for example, like 17 o'clock and 4 minutes, like when it changes from 3 minutes to 4 minutes, a new bar will be created. Or here we can see 18 o'clock, 4 minutes. And if this minute is over, then a new bar will appear. And every single tick that is created inside of this minute will be used to build this bar, right? So you can see here's a new bar, 18 o'clock and 5 minutes, and this bar will be exactly 1 minute long. So it's based on time. And this bar could have a size of 1 tick, it could have a size of 10 ticks or points, it could have a size of like we see it here, of 150 points. It could have a even bigger size, like 200 or even 300 points. And this is the main difference when you compare normal charts to Renko charts. Because now I can create the Renko chart for this, and I built a program that creates Renko charts. So let me run this test program here. And this is a program that creates a Renko chart. And I said in the inputs that the Renko points should be 10 points. So if I click on OK, this will create a Renko chart. So I will have to do some explaining here, because in the MetaTrader 5, you cannot simply like override this chart here, or it doesn't really make sense. Also, often you see Renko charts below the actual chart in a separate indicator window. I'm not really a big fan of this, because you cannot use this x-axis here with the time for Renko charts. Because as I said, Renko charts are not really based on this time x-axis, but instead they are based on the actual most basic price movement that there is. So the solution in MetaTrader 5 is to create a custom symbol. And this is what I did. So if you go to your navigator, and if you already have a custom symbol, for example, an expert advisor created the custom symbol, or you created it on your own. In this case, my test program creates the custom symbol. You can right click anywhere in your market watch. You can go to symbols, and then you should find this custom. And here you can see, I already have it here, USD Japanese yen .Renko. This is the chart, or the symbol that was created by this test program. So now I can use it here, or I can find it in the symbol list here in the market watch. I can right click it and I click on chart window to open this Renko chart. And here you can see this is not really looking like a Renko chart, right? Because, and this is because I have to move to the 1 minute time frame. And now we have the Renko chart. And you can see this one looks really different compared to this one, right? So yeah, I think everyone can see it at the first at first view. So you can see the Renko chart is not based on this x-axis with the time. I mean, we can see the time here, but it's not, there's no relation between the time x-axis and the chart itself. The time is only there because it has to be there, kinda because it is it is a standard in the MetaTrader 5, but the time does not matter for Renko charts, because Renko bars, like every single bar, it is not built on time. So not every minute is 1 bar, but instead every bar is exactly 10 points big. So if I show you here, for example, this bar, it's 10 points big. Like the size of every bar here Every bar has the exact same size. And this is because Renko charts are built like this. So the price moves normally, so it's taken from the original symbol, of course. So if we compare the Renko chart and this USD Japanese yen chart, you can see the price is the same. So whenever there's a tick in the USD Japanese yen chart, it will also update the USD Japanese yen Renko chart. But there's still a difference, because in the original chart, whenever a minute is over, it will create a new bar. In the Renko chart, and we just saw this, whenever 10 points are moved, or when the price moved 10 points, then it will create a new bar. And this is also, usually Renko charts are built like this. So you have a bar, for example, this black bar at the top, and if the price is 10 points below the low or 10 points above the high of this bar, then it will create a new bar. So this is the main difference when it comes to Renko charts. And Renko charts can be used to really have a look at the price action. And we can, for example, compare these two charts here, and you can see right now in the main chart, the last two bars that are complete are these red bars, and we can see the movement is around 60 points long. So in the Renko chart, we see a movement of we have to go from the very top, of course. So this should be around 70 or 80 points, and this is what we can also see in the Renko chart. So these are 70 or 80 points, depends on where you start the calculation. So you can see there are, of course, more bars in the Renko chart compared to the normal chart. But this is based on the input of 10 Renko points. If I change this input to 100, for example, the Renko chart will look completely different. So, and for example here, if we have a really, really strong movement in one direction here, like 170 points roughly, we can also see this here. So we have the 170 points here, but it just looks completely different, because in the Renko chart there are a lot of small candles, and in the big or in the normal chart we see just some really big candles. So there are, we could use this for trading, and I plan to build some expert advisors using the Renko charts. So my first question is, or my first wish is, if you have a strategy that you would like to see on the Renko chart, just drop it in the comment section below, and I will write a program for this. Also, if you find an idea that you like of someone else, just give the comment a like so I can see what most of you guys want to see. But there are, of course, also some limitations when it comes to Renko charts. So we will have a look at some specific examples where I can show you how Renko charts actually work and where the limitations are. For example, if we see something like this, and this is a really great example. I think at around 17 o'clock here today there were some news. I didn't really check it, but we can see in the 1 minute chart, like on the left side, this is the original chart. Wait, let me get rid of the data window and the navigator. Maybe also I can delete the market watch so we can see it a little bit bigger. So what we can see here on the left side is we can see this gap. This is a gap, and gaps exist because sometimes this was the last price, for example, and this is the next price. So this is one tick. Like this was the last tick, this is the next tick. In this case, we have a price gap. So in between, there was no trading. You were not able to trade this price gap. In Renko charts, this looks a little bit different, of course. So I think it was, wait, I need the data window for this. So we can see here, this, I think this was the situation when this gap appeared here. And if I zoom in a little bit, I think this was the situation. You can see we still have these Renko bars, even if trading was not able here. So you were not able to trade this movement here because it was a gap. but still in a Renko chart, it is not shown as a gap, or at least not in the standard Renko chart. So this could be a little bit misleading because it looks like a really nice up movement and it looks like this would have been the best trade ever, but in reality, you are just not able to trade this movement. So when you backtest Renko charts, you might see a trade somewhere here, but in reality, of course, you could not take this trade because there was a gap. So this is something which is really important when you trade with Renko charts. Like if you have price jumps, big price gaps, or also smaller price gaps, it might look beautiful in a Renko chart, but you might not be able to trade this. So this is a big problem. Also, what we can see here is this is also a nice, beautiful example for the Renko chart, because in this green bar on the left, it looks like it only went up, but in fact, it was not only going upwards. Instead, there was a little bit of going down, up, and so on and so on. So this move here, it was probably only the first tick of this green bar, and then there were some down ticks here, and then was some upticks again. So you can see the Renko chart built a lot of different candles, even if it was only one candle in the normal chart. So if we compare the range, for example, so you can see here from here to here, it's 413 points. And from here to here, it's only 290. So we have to go up to here. And this was the complete green candle movement. And even here, this was the top of the next following red candle. So you can see, if we only have one big candle in the normal chart, this can create a whole different picture in the Renko chart. And this can be good and bad. I mean, it's great because we get a complete different picture in the Renko chart, and we can build completely different and new trading strategies in Renko charts. But again, the problem is that sometimes the Renko chart looks like you can trade it, but you can't because there is just no price. And you cannot trade Renko charts. This is so important, and a lot of people do not understand this. You can always only trade the original symbol. So these are the prices that you can trade. And the Renko chart, even though a lot of these prices are the same, of course, sometimes the Renko chart builds additional candles even though there was a price gap, for example, or the price moved just too quick, so you were not able to trade the Renko bars. And this is something, which is just really important. Also we have another interesting thing. This was another situation here, and here we can also see there were a lot of price jumps here, and we can also always see this in the data window on the left side. If the tick volume of a Renko bar is only 2, this means that you were not really able to trade this. This was just a lot of these bars that have 2 as a tick volume for the Renko bars. They were just created because of the concept of Renko charts, but you were not able to trade them. This is really important. So the price kind of jumped to this bar. So this bar has a tick volume of 8. And we can have a look at this again. So we can see here, for example, let's have a look at this bar. This had a tick volume of 3. So you were able to trade this bar. Then the next has 2, 2. This is 3 again. So this was an actual price. You were able to trade this. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. And then here, this was 3 again. So here you had another actual tick that you were able to trade. Then we see a lot of 2s. There was 1, 8. So the price was at this level for some ticks. And then we see a lot of 2s again. So I think you get the idea. A lot of these bars are just created because of price jumps. But the tick volume, and you can also see the profile here. Down here is the tick volume with this green bars at the very bottom. Whenever there are no visual green bars here, the tick volume is just really, really small. So you really have difficulties to trade these movements. And yeah, these are some limitations of Renko bars. Also, there are some more questions when it comes to Renko bars, because Renko bars are built like from the left to the right, of course. And the new bars depend always depend on the previous bar. So it makes a big difference where you set your starting point for your Renko chart. So for this program, for the test program that I wrote, I chose the start of the current trading day as the start for the Renko chart. So if we I can show this to you. So this Renko chart here that I have, it starts at the beginning of the current trading day, and then from this point on it will create the Renko chart. But it would have been a completely different story if we start, I don't know, 1 or 3 hours later, because then we have a different starting point, and this will change the whole picture in the Renko chart. So this is another point that you have to keep in mind. But yeah, here you can see, like, if we search for the beginning of this trading day here, it was somewhere here. So let me get this real quick for you. So it was, wait, this is a little bit weird. Yeah, I don't know if we have this price. No, I think we start here, 145.534, and this should be around the starting level here. I mean, like, you get the idea. Like, we start building the Renko chart here with these prices, but it would have been different if we start here, for example, because yeah, it will just change the complete outcome. Also, let me show you something else. If I run the program again, the test program, wait, let me delete this so we create the chart again. If I run the program again, and if I now say a Renko chart is, let's get a really big difference. Let's say it's like 50 points for every Renko candle. The Renko chart will, of course, look really different. So let me get the market watch here. Wait, market watch, where are you? View, market watch. So let me open the USD Renko chart again, chart window, there we go. Now you can see, of course I have to go to the 1 minute chart again, but yeah, you can see the chart just looks different. And now if we have a look at single bars here, you can see the body is now 50 points big. So that's a whole another story. So the Renko chart looks completely different. And you can see previously with the 10 points big bars, we had a lot of ups and downs here. But right now, there's this is different. We pretty much just see one big movement from 145, 400 something up to here. So it's probably from this level, 700, 800 points. Yeah, so it looks completely different. Also the wait, can I find this price jump? So yeah, I think the price jump that we saw here in the main chart, it was here at this level, somewhere from here to here maybe. So we only have one bar with this really small tick volume of 2. So this bar was, you were not able to trade this, but the other bars had a bigger tick volume, as you can see here in the data window. So yeah, in the data window, you can always see the amount of ticks that were used to build the bar. So sometimes you have 1,000 ticks, over 1,000 ticks, which means that the price stayed at this level for a really long time. And it was this level at around 145, 440. It was probably here, yeah, when the price didn't really move a lot. So yeah, but that's how you can use Renko charts, or this is how I would explain Renko charts. And yeah, some people use this for trading. It's definitely interesting because it is the most basic use of price action that you can make. And you only pretty much only trade if there's actual movement, if you use Renko charts. And it kind of filters all of these sideways periods. So I would like to hear your opinion on this. What do you think about Renko charts? Did you use this before for trading? And are you interested in some EA programming or some backtests for strategies in Renko charts? Let me know in the comments. Also, please suggest some strategies that I can write for Renko charts. And yeah, I think I will make 1 or 2 EAs and make a video for this on YouTube. So just let me know what you want to see. And yeah, this is it. Little introduction to Renko charts. Hope you liked it. And yeah, look forward to read your comments and see you next time. Have a great time. Good trades. Bye-bye.